discussion we're calling Getting to Know Bob Berg. You know him as a co-author of the Go-Giver series of best-selling books. It's being brought to you in collaboration between New Charter Technologies and the IT Nation. And I want to welcome Peter Melby, CEO of New Charter, to our discussion today. Peter, I know that New Charter is a firm believer in the Go-Giver mindset and the 5 laws of stratospheric success. Thanks for your partnership in bringing this to the IT Nation. Tell us a little bit about how the Go-Giver has impacted New Charter and in your personal life.
Yeah, thanks, Harlan, and thanks, Bob. Great to have you here. And
thank you. Great to see you.
The first time I read Go-Giver was pretty game changing for me because it was this validation. There was so much of what I was thinking about business and sales and client engagement that felt like it felt wrong, but it felt right at the same time. In the sense of giving something even without expecting things in return, and knowing that there would be value that would be built on the other side of that, and trusting that mindset would be something that would provide value. And when I read Go-Giver, it all clicked. It all clicked that was the strategy. That is the way that this is supposed to work. And especially in this MSP industry, New Charter Technologies is a platform that's built on the idea that, we bring on MSPs that, have reached a certain scale, but want to do something bigger. But they want to do something bigger in a way that doesn't run over their values. It doesn't run over the things that got them to where they were to begin with. And that is the Go-Giver mentality. And so we've adopted that into our core values. We've adopted that into how we talk to each other, how we engage with each other, and fully embedding, New Charter in our entire company, in the IT Nation, Evolve, and all the things that you started at Harlan. So this is a great moment for me personally, and for our company, to be involved in this session and bringing Bob and just getting everybody more and more exposure to these things that really do define what our industry should be about.
And what I love that you just said, Peter, is that within that you just basically encapsulated all 5 of the laws. And what you did, and which I can tell, and I'm John David Mann, my fantastic co-author. What we always love to hear from successful people such as yourself, who do embody the Go-Giver way, is that it's something you were already doing, right? And you just, when you read the book, you simply identified with those values, with those principles. And because there's nothing new about those, all the laws in the book, the laws of value, compensation, influence, authenticity, receptivity, successful people, sustainably successful people, have been applying those since time immemorial, at least for as long as there have been market economies. Now, not everybody knew that's what they were doing. Some did it very intuitively, right? But what we love is when we hear from people such as yourself, this is who you are. It's what you did. And the books are, it simply said, yeah, okay, this is me. This is what we're doing. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And one of the things that's been so great is to have that book and, as a curriculum of sorts, to be able to communicate it better than we could communicate it ourselves, because certain things were intuitive and certain things we didn't understand, and so being able to go through that and then having that to say, all right, when anyone comes on, if they don't have a copy, if they haven't read it, that's project number 1, kind of like the way that, it has been with the Evolve groups. And so I think that there's the conciseness of it, the straightforward, aspects of the communication of it are still just monumental tools for us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, and it's certainly been a core to the IT Nation Evolve program since 2008, Bob, when I first read the book. And, it's been a key element to how we do peer groups and how we interact with one another in the MSP channel. So thank you so much for your contribution. And Peter, thank you to New Charter for collaborating with us and making this possible to deliver to the IT Nation.